and welcome on stage now Juan de Dios Crespo is the CEO for Sports Lawyers and is a member of the executive committee of the International Association of Football Lawyers. For your testimonial, thank you.
Yes. Good morning, everyone. It's clear that the lawyers are not welcome because Emmanuel just left. So, thanks very much anyway, Emmanuel and Siga. And the first thing is that why a lawyer is going to talk about integrity, and this seems to be a contradiction. No, but it's not. Emmanuel, you're coming back. Thanks a lot. So, testimonial. What is testimonial? What can I say? Besides the joke of the lawyer being not an integrity member or not, when I was called to the bar 40 years ago, I did not work on sports law, but I did a few years after, so I'm being 37 years into sports law. And the difference, it's absolutely incredible then and now. Money came. Of course, there were money, always. There were sponsors. But when money came is when TV came. And TV was the one who was attracting sponsors. The sponsors were willing to have their name spread all over the world, and the only way was through TV. Now TV and other medias, but TV was there. And once the money came, I understood clearly that the money was bringing also other contradictions, but not the contradiction that we know we have. Human beings, money, we have non-integrity, we have anything, corruption, unethical behaviors, everything you want to know, to name it was there. It's in our genes. We are human beings, so we have to be controlled. That's what the law is for. That's what the law is made for, to control our misbehavior. And I have only 5 minutes, so I can't develop too much this, but those problems that came into the scheme, led us to a different type of trying to control the sponsorship, not only sponsorship, but also the way athletes are dealing with their sponsors. And just to name a couple of issues that I've been involved in, one, a player from a big club in Spain, Muslim, was not willing to wear a betting company shirt. How to deal with that? It's against my faith, it's against everything. But it was, at the time, Spain is going to forbid that next year, but it was acceptable, legally acceptable at the time. So we have to convince him that there was a real shirt, the shirt with the betting company, another shirt was not the real one. So when he was playing, he had to play with the real shirt because the one accepted by UEFA, Spanish FA, etc. And he could train without that shirt. So it became clear that some kind of integrity was going to be important in the future. And now I have 2 issues that I would love to develop a bit just. The first one is that clubs now are digging, thanks to companies, I'm not naming anyone, they don't pay me, but there are companies right now that are digging into the knowledge of who is behind a sponsor. And I've managed to sign with 3 or 4 clubs throughout Europe with those companies, trying to see who is going to be the sponsor for me, not only for me, for my spectators, for the people there, because they expect you to be as clean as possible. Like the Caesar's wife, you have to show and you have to be clean. And then there are people trying and digging into, and they are not just, some guys there. No, they are former Interpol policers. There are people there trying to see that. And the second one is just something that I signed last week. A very big player, football player. I'm mostly in football. And he just signed a contract with a possible sponsor. And I said, look, Mr. Y, you can't put your name on this sponsor. Yeah, but it's a lot of money, Juan. I know, but is money just what you want? Or you want your name to be tarnished at the end? Not today maybe, but in a couple of years, a couple of decades, I don't know. It's your name there, linked to that specific sponsor. And I understood that. And it reminded me that when I started years ago, decades ago, any sponsor was welcome. Anyone, for a club, for a league, for a player, anyone, because it was money. Now, we are not doing that. Now we are digging, we are choosing on clubs, on bodies, and on players. And it means that we have changed of way of thinking. And it's thanks to SIGA, of course, one of the most important bodies to develop this integrity system, but also thanks to what has been made by police officers, FBI. Remember what happened in a big hotel, 5 stars or 6 stars hotels in Zurich, in which the police, Swiss police together with FBI, brought those guys from mostly Central and South America, but it's not the only one. There are more corrupt and unethical people around. And you know what I've been saying about tarnishing or not? Everyone is reminding that the 10 or 12 guys, wealthy guys, taken out of the hotel from the FBI or Swiss police. But nobody is reminding right now what FIFA is doing. FIFA is doing very well in trying to avoid corruption, unethical behavior, etc., non-integrity behavior. But nobody is reminding this. You remind only the bad things. So that's why it's so important to go step by step, daily basis, to go good things in order to be reminded. Thank you very much.